I created a Patreon community called Court Chambers with OnlySariha. My name is Sariah, and court chambers is a legal term that refers to the private office and workspace of a judge or attorney, legal professional. I am nobody's judge, attorney, or legal professional. However, I believe that private workspaces and offices are needed, and you're not going to get it on the internet. And most of the time, you don't know how to facilitate that yourself. All of these manifestation coaches and all of these money coaches, there's a problem with accountability. There's a problem with action plans and strategies. There's a problem with um, creating a goal and doing it. There's pieces missing, and I want Court Chambers with OnlySariha, my Patreon community, to be about action steps, to be about focus and clarity, to be about gaining experiences and having accountability. You haven't reached your goal because you're used to not reaching goals. You're used to just waiting for it to happen. You're used to waiting for somebody to do it for you. Or you're used to working until you can't work no more. And then when you feel like you can't work no more, where your feelings and your emotions get in between you and your goals, you stop. And there's nobody to hold you accountable to it. And because you're so used to it, you can't hold yourself accountable to it. So you get back on Instagram or you get back on TikTok and you start scrolling to be entertained and to forget about your goal. But that's why I created this community, and I want it to be a safe space. I want it to be a vulnerable space. I want it to be a motivating space, but not motivating like the manifestations and the journaling and the shadow work that they preach on these apps. I want it to be motivation like creating clarity. Motivation like getting action plans. Motivation like having experiences to know what you want to manifest and not just saying it in the mirror 3 times, not writing in your journal 3, 6, 9, 50 times, but going outside and doing it, going to get some experience, talking to people who know what they're talking about. Court Chambers with OnlySariha on Patreon. Court Chambers refers to, well, it's a legal term. It refers to the private workspace and offices of a judge or legal professional. I am nobody's judge. I am not a legal professional or attorney. However, you are. You are the judge of yourself. I believe that life is a business and you are the attorney, CEO, all of the things. You are all of it. So therefore, you have to treat yourself and treat your life like a business. And Court Chambers with OnlySariha is a vulnerable space to keep you accountable to your goals, to getting whatever it is that you want. I want you to be your own self-mastery advocate and be able to speak to your goals because you've achieved them. I think that there is a lot of craziness on this app and others. Y'all know the apps. They just talk about manifestation and writing it down in your journal and scripting and meditating, which is all true and great. They're all like techniques. But let's talk about the action plan. Let's talk about having experiences. Let's talk about how to get clarity and to know what the goal should be and how to write a real goal and that's achievable and time bound and specific and measurable. Like, let's really talk about perception and how people are the music and the influence and the scrolling that you do all affects your perception. That's why I created my community group on Patreon called Court Chambers with OnlySariha. Again, I am nobody's judge, attorney, or legal professional. However, you are. And I believe that life is a business. And I can back that up. Life is a business. And you are your own CEO, you are your own attorney, you are the end all and be all, and you shouldn't let nobody else tell you no different. However, it takes work to get there, and not manifestation, not shadow work. It takes action. It takes reference. You need a goal, a real goal. You need clarity, real clarity. You need a reason why. That's not going to fade or based on emotions that's going to just drift away. So even if you don't join, know that it's available. Court Chambers with OnlySariha on Patreon. I want you to know that it's there and it's available. And there's a lot of people fighting or struggling with having challenges just around their emotions and their goals, and getting past their emotions to reach a goal, getting past their limiting thoughts just to get some action steps and get the to-do list done. Yes, you can make a to-do list, but how are you going to push through your emotions to get this stuff done? Are you going to block out the distractions to get this stuff done? Are you going to stop scrolling? Are you going to stop being influenced? Are you going to listen to something that is actually helping your brain register the information that you're taking in, and not be so quick to learn all of the new lyrics to the songs, to the jam? Don't get me wrong. I love Luther. However, it ain't helping nobody get nowhere. And what they do, they just sell you a concert afterwards. They're trying to take your attention and take your money. Like, let's get some accountability. Let's get some self-awareness. Let's get some perception. Let's get our own thoughts and our own self-mastery, and be able to advocate for ourselves and what we want to do. Because the real, really, for real, y'all don't want to go to that concert and do what? You can have a whole concert in your living room right now. The concert is going to be streamed on TikTok, y'all. They're going to sell that somewhere. And whether you're in the stand or not, you're probably not going to be seen on the camera. And if you are, it ain't going to be, but you ain't going to get paid for it. Like, let's get some self-awareness and accountability to the things that are really important. Because they put out a whole list of tour dates and stops, and you don't know what you're doing none of them days. You ain't got nothing figured out. You don't have a plan for 2025 yet. And they can put out a whole, and if they put out a schedule for you, you wouldn't even know what you was doing on that day. And that's why I created the community. Because we need some clarity on what's going on in your life, and how to actually have priorities and a schedule, and learn something new, and put some action behind the goals that we put off, and not be led by our emotions every step of the day. That's why I created Court Chambers.